Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Potato Panda TV here today, and this is Potato Panda TV Vlogs. And today is of course, another one of my Magic Monday series. And this is one of I'm just kind of show off what one of my decks currently looks like. And I know it's kind of zoomed in a little bit, and I'm recording this on my phone, but unfortunately, the tripod I have is kind of short, and the iPhones really kind of zoom in pretty tight when they're recording videos. So it's unfortunately until I can get like a tripod where I can kind of move it back out a little bit further than this, and this is what I'm kind of have to do for now. So maybe hopefully I can either get a different tripod for my phone, or eventually figure out a way to start recording these videos using like a USB camera for my laptop. But I guess that's just kind of beside the point. But I guess we'll go and get started here. And as you can probably tell, this is I decided to do a red black deck, and this is, I was kind of messing around with it earlier before, but this is kind of a deck that someone from kind of like a friend from a local gaming store kind of helped put this deck together. So this is mostly his doing. So I gotta give him more credit than I would take for doing it myself. But this is all these first cards are just basic lands. So we'll kind of red and black lands. So we'll kind of go through kind of gloss through those because there's not really anything to them besides just their basic lands. And then I gotta have a red black land, and it's the Bloodfell Caves, and it's got Blackfield Caves enter the battlefield tapped. When Bloodfell Caves enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life, and then add red or black mana. Not exactly sure what that little arrow indicates, but I'll eventually figure it or ask somebody about it. And then I got these 3, I guess, colorless lands, and they're all the same thing. So it's sacrifice it's evolving wilds. So you sacrifice evolving wilds. Search your library for a basic land card, put it into the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. So I guess I got 3 of those. And then I have this red black legendary planeswalker, Angrath, Captain of Chaos. So creatures you control have menace. So he's got a 5, and then if you -2, amass 2, put 2 +1/+1 counters on an army you control. If you don't control one, create a 0/0 black zombie army creature token first. So it's got that. Then let's see. Got a gold, black, white instant, and it's get the point and destroy target creature. Scary 1. So I guess from what I've seen playing this game, that SCRY means you just get to search the top card of your library. So I don't really know exactly what advantage that even has, but I guess it's something. And then these are the next 3 is gold, black, white creatures, and so this is Org Siege Breaker, and that's destroy target creature that was dealt damage this turn. So it's 2 colorless, and then a black and a red. And this creature is got a Rados Roustabout. He's an Org warrior. Whenever Rakdos Roastabout becomes blocked. It deals 1 damage to the player or planeswalker it's attacking. And then this next gold, black-white, or black-red is a Mayhem Devil. That's whenever a player sacrifices a permanent Mayhem Devil, deals 1 damage to any target. And then, let's see, we got the next couple are sort of starting the reds, and then usually how I do them, I usually set when I have a binder full of cards, and usually how I like to set up my binder is I do it by color, and then so it's color, so I do the red, the color, and then after the color I do I guess it doesn't really matter too much, but since we're just talking about the colors now, how I usually set the colors is I have first it's green, blue, red, black, white is how I have my colors set up in the binder. Not that really makes that big of a difference, but then how I have each individual color set up is that I put the land goes, or the mana goes first, and then legendary planeswalkers, and then I'd put any enchantments behind there, and then then I'd put sorcery, and then instant, and then any legendary creatures, and then I'd go through the creatures, and that's kind of how I have all my colors set up in the binder. So let's go with the legendary planeswalkers first, and then we got Jaya. I'm not sure if that's exactly how you pronounce that, but he's got a 5-point, or I'm not exactly sure what the 5 is called, but if another red source you control would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals that much damage +1 to the permanent or player instead. Then if you'd -2, Jawa Venerated Fire Mage deals 2 damage to any target. And then we got Chandra. So if you +1, elementals you control get a +2/+0 until end of turn. Or if you'd -1, you get a add 2, or this card counts as 2 red mana. Or if you'd -2, Chandra deals 2 damage to any target. And then we got another, so it's another Chandra, so we don't really need to go through that. And then got an instant, and that's Jaya's Greeting, and what that does, it's 1 colorless, 1 red, and Jaya's Greeting deals 3 damage to target creature. And then we got to see the SCR-Y is go see the top card of your library. And then we got these 3 or 4 instants, so we'll just kind of look at them, just look at one instead of looking at all of them. But it's Shock, so it's in an instant, and it's just 1 red mana, so Shock deals 2 damage to any target, so I got 4 in there. And then, so now we got a couple legendary creatures. So that legendary creature dragon, Draco Seth, and he's got flying. Whenever Draco Seth, Maw of Flames, attacks, it deals 4 damage to any target, and 3 damage to each of up to 2 other targets. So that's a pretty good. Takes a lot of mana. It's got 3 red and 4 colorless, so it takes a lot of mana, but it can deal a lot of damage because it's a 7/7. So it's saying it does 4 damage to any target, and then 3 damage to each of up to 3 or 2 other targets. And then we got Nahab. And that's another legendary creature, Zombie Minotaur Warrior. He's got Trample. Whenever Nahab Dread Horde Champion deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, you may discard any number of cards. If you do draw that many cards and add that much mana until end of turn, you don't lose the mana as steps and phases end. He's got 5/4. So then this is now we're off to the creatures, and then I have 4 of these creatures. So we'll just kind of go look at all of them as one. So we got the Goblin Assailant, and he's a Goblin Warrior. So he's just got a 2/2. He's got a 1 colorless and 1 red mana. They got 2 of these guys. It's the Goblin Assault Team. He's a 3 colorless, 1 red. He's got haste. When Goblin Assault Team dies, you put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. And I think that's what I remember. If I remember correctly, haste is that you don't get any spell. What's that called? Spell sickness. So you get to use that card right away without having to wait until the next turn to use it. And then you got the dragon. Volcanic Dragon is 2 red, 4 colorless, and he's got 4/4. Flying, this creature can't be blocked except by creatures with flying or reach. And haste, this creature can attack and I forgot what the arrow means, as soon as it comes under your control. So if somebody can remember, if somebody sees this and you read this in comments, so what does this little arrow mean? And I got a Raging Kronk or whatever you want. He's a creature beast. Raging Kronk can't attack alone. So he's got 4/3. So I guess that means I could if I attack with him, I'd have to attack with at least one other card. With one other creature. We've got a creature dragon. He's got 2 red, 4 colorless, and he's a 6/5, and he's got menace. This creature can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. So now we're off to the black. We got a legendary planeswalker. And it's Dariel. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right, but he's 1 black, 2 colorless. Legendary Planeswalker. He's got a 3. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, if that player has 1 or fewer cards on hand, Devriel Rogue Shadow Mage deals 2 damage to them. Or if you do a -1, target player discards a card. Which I guess I don't know if that really makes that big of a deal, but it might. I got a enchantment with dead weight. Enchantment creature. Enchanted creature gets a -2/-2. And sorcery, that's a 1, or what was this one? This one was a 1 black mana. These 2 are sorceries with 1 black mana, and that's Duress. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-creature, non-land card from it. That player discards that card. So we got now we're off to instant. And we got a fungal infection. And that's a 1 black mana. Target creature gets -1 and -1 until end of turn. Create a 1/1 green sap rolling creature token. So then these 2 are the Nixilis's Cruelty. Target creature gets -5/-5 until end of turn. If that creature would die this turn, exile it instead. I guess I'm not exactly sure what exiling means instead of just putting it in the graveyard, but don't know. I guess I'll maybe figure that out eventually. I got 2 more instant murder, 2 black and 1 colorless. So destroy target creature. So for a ton of mana, that's a couple pretty good cards. And then now we're off to this. I only have a couple creatures. So this is a 2 colorless, 1 black. Audacious Thief. Whenever Audacious Thief attacks, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. So you lose a 1 life, but then you get to draw a card, so it has its pluses and minuses, and he's a 2/2, so it's not super powerful or anything. Then we got a Rotting Regisaur. So that's he's a 2 colorless, 1 black, and he's for that few mana he's got a 7/6. At the beginning of your upkeep, discard a card. I'm not really sure how that helps out, but I don't know. Then the last card we got is an enchantment creature. That's a brain maggot, and he's a 1 black, 1 colorless, and he's a 1/1. When Brain Maggot enters the battlefield, target opponents reveal his or her hand, and you choose a non-land card from it. Exile that card until Brain Maggot leaves the battlefield. So that's pretty much all I have for as far as my black-red deck goes for right now. So if you got any comments on how you think this deck is, or how well you think it will do, and right now I'm just kind of playing standard, so that's what I'm mostly going to be using it for, or probably that's what I'm only going to be using it for. But feel free to put a comment down below to let me know how you think my friend did with this deck. And I did play a couple rounds against another friend, and I guess we only played 1 round of 3, best of 3, and I ended up winning the first 2 games. So I guess it's a pretty good, at least, deck for now. But I appreciate you taking the time to stop by, and I'll catch you next time.